Wow, would you look at that? The whole lake has been frozen over. I knew it was cold out, but not enough to do that.
Well, it is winter after all. Though I've never seen the whole lake frozen like this.
You think it's safe to walk on?
I wouldn't completely stand on it, Willie. You don't want to fall in.
Then how about a few thumps with the old foot then? Just to play it safe.
Well, I guess.
Well, looky here. She's as solid as, well, ice. This surely ain't breaking anytime soon.
Why don't you two try ice skating then?
Where in the earth under the snow did you get those?
You know I'm a trader. I traded a watch for these.
Someone gave you ice skates? For a used watch?
Never said people were smart.
Fair point. Well, I shouldn't complain. I bet we'll have one heck of a time.
I don't know about this. I do hear people hurt themselves ice skating.
They do. If they're not careful and doing something dumb.
Oh, wash buckets. We'll be fine. I swear, you have to be more outgoing. We always get ourselves in situations and whatnot. We end up fine. I guess if y'all don't want to ice skate, I sure sugar am.
But we don't even know how to.
Not with that attitude, we'll never know. Everything has a beginning, and I'm going to start it.
I suppose just trying a few times can't hurt.
Now y'all making sense. Let's have some fun. I'm sure even Andy is in for it, right, Andy? Andy? Told you.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Andy. I had no idea you were this good at ice skating.
Well, golly. You almost look like one of those fancy professionals.
I had practice.
No kidding. Well, why are we standing like trees for? Let's get skating.
Careful, Willie.
You need to learn to balance yourself.
Sure, I'll get the hang of it.
You'll get there with enough practice.
Golly, that is pretty slippery. I guess that's a dumb thing to say about ice. This is gonna be harder than I thought. Whoa! Even thieving wasn't this hard. I'll just leave it to those two. I'm definitely not breaking my neck on something like this.
Well, look at me. I think I got the hang of it.
I knew you would. You always had the positive attitude.
Why, thanks, Andy. Well, one of us has to. Unlike a certain bunny who's not even over here and snacking by the tree. That bunny has no confidence at all. If it weren't for us, he'd be dead by now.
Don't say such things! Confidence has nothing to do with survival. The motivation and will to survive is what matters more. Sure, confidence can drive a person to thrive, but you don't need confidence or even desire. But the will and drive will always be the main factor to live. Confidence really means nothing. It can only help in the long run. People live by sheer will and nothing more. Anything else is nothing more but motivation and desire.
Huh. Wow. I didn't know you were so, sensitive about it.
I didn't mean to come off that way. Just defending him.
You defended him over something I said? I swear, Andy. You're a real mystery to me. Y'all alright? I hope I didn't push a button. I mean, I guess I was just speaking my mind.
Takes more than that to get me mad, but I'm not mad at you. I was just thinking.
Thinking of what?
Nothing important.
He says he's not mad, but I'm no idiot. I know I pushed a button with him. Why does he have to be such a mystery to me? Sometimes I feel like I'm the only normal one, and I'm 13.
Hey.
Oh, hey Andy, I thought you were skating with Willie.
But I was. But now he's able to skate freely. I guess I'm just that good of a teacher.
Wow. Only 13 minutes and you got him to skate on his own. I suppose you are a good teacher. That's impressive, but what are you doing over here?
Because it's your turn now.
What? Not to sound negative, but
I'll sit this one out. I don't think I'm much of a skater.
I'm not going to leave you out. Come on. You'll be holding on to me, and I won't let you fall. I promise.
Well, alright, I guess.
For now, hold on to me and focus on your balance. You'll get the hang of it soon enough. Then you won't even need to cling to me.
don't word it like that.
You're the one that thought of it.
Touché.
At least I didn't say to hold on to me passionately as we skate along the ice.
You just did!
Yeah. But at least I didn't say it the first time. Kinda wish you didn't say it at all. Too late for that. How are you feeling?
Not gonna lie, a little shaky.
You should get that looked at.
Andy,
The joke was there, and I wasn't going to ignore it.
of course not. Well, though, I gotta ask, where did you learn to ice skate so well? Should I have not asked?
It's not that, it's just...
If it's a sensitive subject, you don't have to answer.
It's fine. Remember the conversation we had back in summer? How I said my parents always argued and even fought each other physically at times?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, before I officially left, when I was younger, my parents would make me join different groups and activities. I figured it was probably because they could fight and argue without me having any witness to it. Sure, I didn't have much of a choice, and due to it, I learned a lot of different things. However, I went willingly, just to get out of the house and away from them. I think I was a bit more happier away from them. Even if I didn't like everything, it was a lot better than staying at home. So, during the winter, I learned how to ice skate a couple of times before leaving at 14.
I'm sorry you had to deal with all that.
That's why I left.
Even still, if they weren't like that, you wouldn't have to leave like that. You would have had a nice, true family and home.
I suppose, but then I wouldn't have met you two.
Well, you never know. Perhaps later in life you would have.
Maybe. But I'd rather have this life than a pampered life of a spoiled boy. A pampered life of a spoiled boy. If they really weren't that way and were happy and then they continued to spoil me, I fear I wouldn't be the bunny I would want to be. I'd basically be a spoiled brat, but honestly, they aren't the official reason why I left.
I suppose that would be true. Though, if they weren't the full reason, then what made you finally leave? Andy?
I don't feel comfortable saying it now.
Oh, that's fine. You don't even have to tell me if you don't want to. It is technically your business after all.
I don't mind telling you. I just don't feel comfortable saying it out loud near Willie. We can talk later tonight when he's sleeping.
Alright.
Oh, and by the way, you've been skating by yourself while we were having this discussion. I let go a while ago.
What?
Seems like you can only focus when your mind is on something else.
That kinda makes no sense to me. How can I skate without concentrating on it?
Because you're the type to worry about possible injuries and worries. When your mind is centered away from what worries you, it seems like you can do what you feared, since your mind isn't focused on it. It's a simple mind trick that people use to conquer some of their own worries, fears, and even panic, such as anxiety, for example. When your mind is away from what worries you, what is there to worry about?
Wow, you surely know a lot about this kind of stuff. You should become golly, what do you call those who...
A psychologist.
Yeah, that! You'd be great!
Since my parents were rich, they did send me to the best private school the country could offer, and I actually considered that for a while. I suppose running away from home and becoming a trader was really my only option left for a job choice.
Sorry it didn't turn out the way you... Sorry it didn't turn out that way. I bet you would have been terrific.
Maybe. Honestly, I have no regrets either. I'm actually happy to be away. I'd rather be out here with you two any day than to be with them and worrying about studying and getting decent grades just to stay on top of their curriculum so I can graduate. As long as I'm with you two, I'm very contented.
Seems Willie finally fell asleep.
Good. Come with me.
Huh? Where? Why not tell me here? He's sleeping, so it should...
I'll feel more comfortable if we left to talk.
Oh. Alright, I suppose so.
You can wear this. It's chilly outside and I don't want you to freeze.
One of your hoodies? How many of these do you have?
3. They come in handy.
So, where are we heading?
Somewhere. I don't have an exact spot.
Then why have we been walking around for 10 minutes when we could have just sat down anywhere?
Because I'm looking for a good spot. Which would be right here.
So, what was the actual reason, besides your parents, that made you leave? Andy?
Give me a moment.
Listen, if you really don't feel that comfortable talking about it, it's alright. You really don't have to say it. I understand some things are better left unsaid, right?
No, it's alright. I don't mind telling you. I feel like I should tell you anyway.
Well, if so, just take your time.
I know. When I was 14, right before I left, it was a seemingly normal day at private school. There were a few girls who had crushes on me. Somehow I became the guy every girl wanted. Though of course I normally wouldn't care and normally didn't pay any mind or attention to them. I had no desire for that sort of thing. Even now I don't. However, that day was different. I had enough from the night before, with my parents arguing half the night. I was exhausted and fed up in general. And I suppose back then, I had a little patience. This young girl, while walking to class, she was hovering over me. I actually have no idea what her name was, but that day she just kept talking. On and on she went about things, subjects or hobbies, questions, trying to engage me in conversation. One thing after the other, trying to gain my attention. And something in me just snapped. I couldn't take her constant talking and yammering anymore. So, I hit her. A red mark on her face and a shriek from shock. She laid on the floor looking up at me with tears in her eyes as the students stood staring. I can still remember their faces. Them shouting how much of a monster I was for laying a hand on her, telling me how much of a jerk I was. That was the day everyone saw me in a new light.
They saw me differently. And so did I. I ran out of school, disgusted with myself. My parents worked all day, so I finally decided to leave. To never look back. I never meant for that to happen. I know it wasn't her fault. She just wanted my attention. She didn't deserve to be hit like that. That was also the day I started to fear myself. I never wanted to be like my parents. Violent. I never thought I had that in me to hurt another. But I was wrong. And now I know. If I'm pushed, I can.
Wow, Andy.
I had no idea. I'm sorry that happened to you. It's fine. I suppose it just comes to show that even if you don't want to be like your own parents, it means nothing. Because you will always have something in you that shows that you are their offspring. And now I know if I'm pushed, I know who I can become. However, that's why I left. I was hoping to break away from most of it. Then wait. Willie and I have done the same to you. Even when you were a tad tired. We'd do the same. I even remember last week. Willie was bouncing around you all happy, asking you question after question. I even remember the night before you had trouble sleeping. You were slightly tired. But not once did you get mad or annoyed. You even answered him and all of his questions. So, after all we've been through, and all the possibilities beforehand, I'll even admit after all the annoying acts we've done, how come you don't get mad at us? I can't explain it, to be honest. You two are just different. From the minute I saw you two, it's like I just can't get mad. Can't get angry. I know I say I don't want a family, but you two. I look at you two and I just want to protect you. From when the King's guards captured you two right after we met, I just had a feeling deep down to where, I don't know. It felt like the need to help you. That you two don't deserve punishment of any kind. Which is why I feel the need to stay and protect. Honestly, Stanley, maybe even I don't understand why I stayed. Why I chose to stay. Why I choose to stay. Because I know I do fine like I was, but I guess out of my own selflessness, I don't want anything bad to happen to you two. I've said it before, that you two are the best things that happened to me. I mean that. So, I suppose I would want to protect the two of you, even if my life is at stake as well.
I had no idea that's how you felt about us.
Because I don't exactly like to express my feelings.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm happy you stayed. And I know Willie is too.
I'm glad I stayed as well.
So, wait, is your teasing me way of getting your feelings out?
Not at all. Don't get me wrong. I do have my reasons, but I suppose that's a story for another time.